One Punch Man. Oh, you guys thought I was gonna say One Piece. Nuh-uh.
Unless you either saw the thumbnail or read the description or read the title.
So, clickbait.
No, yeah, we'll title this video one, and then like a million fucking dots, like, and then they have to click it to see Punch Man.
So,
Probably not. Probably not. So this is. You want to explain this video to the peoples? Thurman?
so, so, initially Red called me stupid for
Uh,
do this, but
okay.
I think that this video needs to be made because um, One Punch Man, a famous webcomic by Creator One, says manga name, whatever. I'm going to essentially
Pen name. I think you're looking for.
yeah, I'm going to break down the reason why the One Punch Man manga isn't as bad as you think. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, One Punch Man is popular, blah blah blah.
That was what I said. My thing to Thurman was like, I've never heard any hate towards One Punch Man.
Well, One Piece is GOAT. Yes, people still hate it. So, you know.
Okay, but that's like I'm trying to think of a good metaphor here, like defending. Why like can you imagine a video like I'm gonna defend One Piece today? Like that's it's so unneeded. Like who the fuck is like yeah sure there's fringe groups on the internet that are like fuck One Piece.
You have to defend One Piece against the Naruto's and Bleach charts, but
That's true. You know what? That's fair. The biggest thing you have to fucking defend is the art style because people are like ain't gonna read it just because of the art style.
we can cover One Piece later. But One Punch, so One Punch Man essentially got popular after the Madhouse did the anime. Season 2 is coming out, I believe, this year or next year, but it's not being made by Madhouse. Hashtag a bunch of people are raving about that. But let's just dive on it. So, the main reason why I wanted to make this video is because I'm a huge fan of One Punch Man now. I cannot stand the original because of the art. I'm a huge art person. If the art is bad, it's hard for me to read it. I'm sorry.
You're a cancer.
But
You're a cancer human being.
yes, I am. But I have a manga, One Punch Man manga volume right here, chilling.
So you've never partaken in the original ass cheek artwork
Yeah,
of Hunter X.
I
No, I'm talking Hunter X Hunter, like End of Greed Island Hunter X Hunter original. You ever see that shit?
I didn't start
Holy,
reading.
we're talking okay. So End of Greed Island, beginning of Chimera Antarc. Togashi like straight up stuck a pencil in his ass cheeks and just like drew with that like.
I saw
Either that or he had like massive Parkinson's. I don't know. The man, I feel bad for him. But either way, he's. My point is, just as a counterpoint to the whole artwork criticism, listen. I think that an artwork you can get around if the story's good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just me personally. Like,
Oh, yeah, it's just like it's like I know it's stupid, but it's just a thing that I have. Like, it's just sometimes I break that mold, Hunter x Hunter, and but it's just like the thing that like if the art is like really really bad to the point where like I just can't. So anyway, back to One Punch Man. So the biggest things I want to talk about One Punch Man and why I think, well, like I said before, One Punch Man is becoming one of my favorite manga of all time. Like it's coming close to being in my top 10.
so what was the moment that like it became your like one in your top 10?
This current arc, the Monster.
Oh, spoiler warning, by the way. Spoiler warning.
Monster Association. So the one part that really like made me realize like, oh my god, is the fact that one pulls like an Araki style Togashi thing here is when because we all know that One Punch Man is essentially a gag manga, what it is. However, the one thing that caught me off guard was I don't know if I probably have to look up the specific manga panel, but it was just like 4 or 5 chapters to go. One of the villains, like first villain that you see Saitama, essentially one shot is a scientist. Have you read the anime? Watched the anime. I'm pretty sure you have, right?
I watched the anime and I've read the manga up to some of the Garo stuff. I think I was up to because I remember. So when I finished the anime, I caught up to where the manga was, and it was the guy with the baseball bat fighting a huge ass centipede. And he was fighting a huge ass centipede. And that's where I stopped. I stopped there because it was like the schedule, the release schedule was so sporadic. So that's what I've read up to. I read all the way. I saw a bit of Garo. I saw what he was doing. But yeah.
So you stopped right in the middle of the Monster Association.
Well, now that season 2 is coming out, I'm because I mean that's one of where objectively the anime is the better product. Like that shit is hype. So I might as well just wait for season 2.
So in the Monster Association arc, spoilers. So the scientists, you know the guy I'm talking about, the scientists who created the monsters, stuff like that, where Genos and Saitama were born, like one of the first things. So he meets with the one of the S class heroes. I believe his name is Zombie Man, I believe, or something like that. You know, the guy who can't die because he's a zombie.
Yes, sure.
I'll look his name up right now. So essentially, what made me realize, I guess, how great this manga is that honestly I don't know if this was in the original manga, but what got me thinking is the quote. I actually have the quote in my phone, and I'm gonna send it to you. So spoilers.
Oh, you want me to live edit it up?
Yeah, you can. So
where are you sending it? Where?
In Discord, I'm sending it directly to you.
Send it to David because I'm on his laptop.
Okay, so this right here got me like legitly like wow.
Legitly, guys, legitly.
Going that route.
I'm just I wait for it to just not even be that crazy of a quote. Like you're fucking hyping it up so much. It's gonna be. It's gonna be some fucking Blaze Blue like test your fate. The crossing of paths is here.
Oh, I forgot you hate those, huh?
He's super into those fucking fight game.
It's a line that essentially catches you off.
Blew your fucking mind.
For a gag manga, I sent it.
All right, show me the way.
Now the scientist.
Is that Saitama saying that shit?
No, it's the scientist saying that shit.
Oh, why does he look bald and Saitama-ish?
Because it's a flashback.
Oh, so, can we just appreciate Saitama's ass in this shot, please?
So
really, okay. I'm gonna live edit this up, and I'm gonna make a poll. If I remember to make a poll, Saitama's ass in this. I'm gonna go thick or not thick. You decide. Right.
So, his name is Zombie Man. That's right. Okay, so Zombie Man is essentially he was like a I believe he was like a experiment by the doctor. Blah blah blah. So bottom line is. The doctor essentially gives up evil. Like the zombie man wants to kill this man because the zombie man was tortured by this. Like he was experimented on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The actual scientist himself says that he not necessarily giving up evil, but he's just like in a slump right now because of and the reason why is because of Saitama. It's because if you look at the quote, he says,
"Yeah, read it out."
Because he said because up to this point, he's talking about how there are many different special people in the world. There are many different people who have yet to break their limits. They're like monsters. Humans.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad that they're going into that because I remember that like the really like vague thing that they said. Because one of the things that always kept me fascinated about Saitama and the series as a whole was how he got so powerful. And I know that they kept implying that he broke his limiter. So I'm glad that they're going into that.
So he says. An ordinary birth, an ordinary life, no special potential whatsoever, just an ordinary person. Through effort alone, he pried open the door of his limits and broke his limiter.
That's pretty sexy. I can admit that that's a good quote.
This was like, whoa, I had no idea they were actually going to like break the gag. I thought it was just going to be like, he's just strong, boom, gag, whatever. But no, one was like, nope, we're going to put some fucking plot into this shit. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like One Punch Man should get.
Sorry, I've been trying to figure out how to fuck. So I'm David-less today, and I'm trying to figure out how to fucking live edit shit. I don't know how to do it. I'm like, what am I doing right now? Oh god, it's a mess.
So me personally, I feel like One Punch Man is actually really well written manga. It's and the one good thing about One Punch Man is I feel like people don't understand is the fact that yes, the Saitama fanboys are annoying. However, the way One Punch Man the series handles a very powerful character is very very well. I believe so.
I'm sorry. Okay, so somehow I replaced your image on the screen with the Saitama image. So you just don't exist now, and Saitama does. Oh God, I love it.
So, one of the things that people always say, because me personally, I've always liked the anime where the main character never loses OP and stuff like that. I like those series
You
if
like
they're
the
done.
never loses? You.
Well, no, it depends on if they're done well. Like Megalobox does it very well when he doesn't. Spoilers, but with
Okay.
One Punch Man's case, it's essentially because the one thing that these other series do that kind of One Punch Man like does that the other series do is that they make it gives you the One Piece sense of like character development for supporting cast. Like you actually care about Genos, you actually care about Bond, you actually care about Garu and
Oh yeah.
King and
I
all these
mean,
other.
we know one is fucking fantastic at writing characters. Like I'm sitting here in my kitchen. I have a fucking Mob Psycho 100 wall scroll. Like I love the characters are like the characters in one's stuff. And you were right to make the Iraqi comparison. Like they have the same like qualities as like a JoJo character, where they're so strange, but their strangeness just kind of like makes them so unique. You know?
Yeah, and like it's just the fact that like these fights don't feel bad. Like you don't feel.
I never thought the fights were bad.
You don't feel kind of like you don't feel annoyed that Saitama one punches people. You know, like I feel like a lot of people.
Well, because I mean that's the whole fucking premise of the series.
Yeah, right, and I agree with that. But I'm saying like that isn't necessarily like a turn off for the series. You know, like yeah, you want to see Saitama fight someone more than one punch, but it's done in such a way, it's written in such a way to where like you're okay with that. Like when like Deep Sea King, for example, when Deep Sea King was running around, we saw Genos fight.
Oh yeah. Well, the formula seems to usually be like, in order to get around the whole one punch thing, it's until Saitama shows up, a bunch of people fight the dude, and then Saitama shows up and ends it.
Yes, and I like that. I don't know about you.
No, I have no problem with it. I think it's right to stay as a gag manga and a parody manga, because if it didn't, you'd run into massive scaling issues on some DBZ shit. Because inevitably, like if you have a character, because here's the problem: the second he doesn't finish a fight in one punch, the series premise is gone. And everyone always, I hate this argument. Everyone always comes at me and says, well, he didn't finish Boros with one punch. I don't know if you caught it, everybody that read or watched that, but it was heavily implied, practically told to us, that he wasn't trying that whole fight. And then when he tried, it was a serious punch, and he finished it with one punch. Like, he literally said, like, you're holding back. And then even the serious punch, he said, you're still holding back. You know, like, he never showed what he could truly do. You know what I mean? So it was never like I always took that as, because serious punch was his one punch. So it was still, that was like a way where the author could show them fighting, but it still finished in technically one punch, because it was one punch where he actually kind of tried, you know?
Yeah.
And since then, to my knowledge, he hasn't really had a Boros level fight, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, he hasn't. He hasn't. So this video is gonna be very short, but I feel like people should appreciate One Punch Man, at least the manga, more, because of the fact that it's not your typical gag manga. Yes, it's funny, the action's good, but it has great characters. The writing's actually really well done. Everything. It's Saitama is a very likable character, to be honest. People think he was born just because he's one punch, but another thing I like about it is that he has a revelation in this arc. So spoilers, if this current arc right now, before where you're at right now, he enters a
I did it. I figured out how to live edit. Okay, continue.
he enters a martial arts tournament to essentially gain more knowledge on fighting styles, you know, because the whole point of Saitama is he's tired of winning fights with one punch. He wants to fight someone who's on equal terms with him. All that's never going to happen. But and the main reason is Garu. He was like, oh, he wants to fight Garu because maybe Garu will be a challenge for him. And so
has he fought him yet?
No, not yet.
God damn. See, that's one of my problems with One Punch Man. Everything takes for fucking ever. Like, I caught up with the manga when the anime ended, the original anime ended, and they still haven't fucking finished the Garo shit. Like, God.
I mean, the manga is only monthly, and it's like monthly, and I mean, the webcomic he fights. The webcomic is further than the actual manga.
I know. Well, because also, I don't know if you know this, The guy who does the manga is adding a bunch of like what you could call filler, but it's not bad filler because it's one signs off on it. Like one basically, because the guy who was writing the manga wanted to make it longer and better for like an anime and shit. So one and him worked together to like add more shit to it. The webcomic is a lot more condensed and like really quickly paced.
Mm-hmm. Is by the way, the author, not the
artist
drawer.
does Eye Shield, yeah.
Yeah, the author is...
The otter! Bruh.
Drawer is the...
The drawer!
Creator of...
No, you're thinking artist. The drawer. Oh my gosh, what are you, fucking preschool?
The artist, I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. The artist is the creator of IQ 21. Great manga, great football manga, by the way. I definitely check it out. American football, not soccer. Essentially, back to my point. Essentially, what Saitama, after the whole tournament spiel, Saitama has a little innovation to himself, and he's like, I swear the quote in the manga could say it better than I can because I don't want to muffle it. So, Red, talk while I find it.
Good timing because I just edited up the what's the name of the villain from Samurai Jack?
Aku.
Yeah, Aku right now is declaring extra thick at that Saitama booty. I've learned to live edit it. I am abusing my privileges and extra thicking that ass. He's got that like Snake Metal Gear Solid ass, that they nerfed. They nerfed his ass in Smash Brothers. Now, another thing I can talk to you about while you're finding that is, me and you're going to the con, right? The con that we remember, right? The con.
Yes.
David Ader's going to be there. We can ask him about the ass. I don't know if you saw. He tweeted out about Snake. He retweeted a meme about the ass getting nerfed. Do you even know the joke that I'm referring to, by the way? God damn it, you don't, do you? Thurman, do you know the joke?
I don't know the joke.
Okay. In Smash Brothers Brawl, the original one where Snake was in Brawl, he had a real tight, defined ass. Like, the ass was just like, goddamn, right? And then in this new one where they brought Snake back, his ass is like way, way less defined. So everyone's like, they nerfed Snake's ass.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Like his literal ass is like all flat now, and it's not as defined. They de-thicked him. And David Hayter, the guy that voices Snake, literally retweeted it. Like he was like, yeah, they nerfed the ass. I was like, yes.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're saying.
All right, what's the thing you found?
I found it's a few panels, but I want you to read the thread. I want your thoughts on it because I feel like it's great writing and great character development for Saitama.
Wait, send them to me so I can live edit them up because now I know how to do that.
Okay, I'm sending to you right now. Hopefully this is one.
How many?
It's like 4.
Oh god. That's too many. Fuck it. I'm not live editing all that shit up. You kidding me? That's gonna be a fucking. All right, I'm just gonna read it. I didn't gain a thing.
Okay, no, you're reading the wrong order. Okay, so
you read it then.
Go from the bottom.
You fucking read it to me.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff. Okay, so
oh my god.
They all appeared at once, rampaged through the city as they pleased, and they all vanished without a trace simultaneously as well. It was only for a 3 to 4 hour period. What are they after? Damn, I can't believe I let such a major incident fly over my radar, and now I'm just running around in circles without accomplishing a thing. I've never cared for what the people around me just thought of me. I've just been what I want to do. As long as I was satisfied with myself, nothing else mattered. But am I satisfied with myself? I get the feeling that I'm forgetting something truly important, like the reason why I became a hero. I started because I was interested in heroes, didn't I? But recently, ever since I joined the Hero Association, I felt nothing but boredom. That hero hunting was the first thing that sparked my interest in a long time, and that's what made me decide to enter that martial arts tournament. All the other heroes were out fighting in the open, and yet, what the hell have I done? How can I call myself a hero if I'm not even defeating monsters? That hero hunter and those so-called monster association guys. If you're gonna come out and make a scene, do it in my neck of woods. Why don't you? Wait, wait, that's not right. I haven't been fighting monsters, so people will call me a hero. I think I went out of order, but
Oh my
and yet,
God, Thurman.
but okay, and yet Siru and all the other fighters, even though I fought all of the guys who were supposed to be the very best in martial arts world, I didn't feel a thing. I didn't gain a thing.
Okay. So I will say that I think that there's a pattern to how one writes his characters, and it's very existential dready. You know, like a lot of his characters have this whole like, emotionally they. And that's kind of, I mean, because Mob and Saitama are almost opposites of each other. You know, like Mob wants desperately to be able to feel emotion, but he has to contain it, whereas Saitama wants desperately to feel excitement, but he can't find it. And it's interesting. That seems to be like the two character types he's written, and he's really good at doing that, and really good at realistically portraying that. So I mean, no, I've always found the character. See, and this is where this. I guess maybe this is a thing that a lot of people diss One Punch Man about, but like I've never been one of those people. I've always thought that One Punch Man had a. There is no gag manga that I've read or watched that has no deep. I mean, I know they exist, but like most of the ones I watch, I know that there's a deep level to them. Like I've never once claimed that Gintama didn't have a deep level to it. I've never once claimed that One Punch Man didn't have a deep level to it. It's obvious that they do. In fact, the best gag things have moments where they get fucking real. I love it when shit does that. It's just like when a Saturday morning cartoon that seems all la-di-da gets fucking dark. You know what I mean? Like, I love it, shit like that. And I've always known that One Punch Man was a series like that. So, I didn't even know there were people out there that didn't know the greatness that was One Punch Man. But in case you didn't know, now you know.
Right.
Because Stone Cold Steve Austin says so. Nut. Nut. Peace.
So,
is there more? I'm sorry. That was my end. That was like a strong way to end it.
pretty much it. Moral of the story is recommended read / watch One Piece. Oh, One Punch Man.
You fucked it.
Read both. Read
both of them. And if you try to say that you don't have time to read One Piece because it's too long, make time, bitch. That's it. I like how I ended with One Piece shit. Repeace. Again, peace.